Okay, I started the live. Can anyone confirm if it's on? I shared the link in the chat also.
Yeah, give me a second.
Yes, sir, it's working.
Okay, thank you. Uh, so Nagaraj, keep an eye on the YouTube streaming. If it stucks anywhere, you'll let us know.
Sure, sir.
Yeah, let's get started. So hope I'm visible and I'm clearly audible. Can someone in the audience confirm?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So we wanted to keep this session as interactive and it's kind of a student-to-student knowledge sharing because my team told me that as all the Lighthouse team members, they told me that this is the season of final year students preparing for the placements. So we should conduct an event that should be a beneficial for all the final year students preparing for the placement. So we thought of connecting the achievers of Lighthouse team who got jobs recently with the student so that they can directly share the inputs, how they prepare, what is the best practices, what to do, what not to do. So if you interact with someone who already walked the path you are traveling now, so you will get full clarity how to move forward, what are the mistakes you're doing. So it's a nice idea to get to know from someone who already achieved it. So hope you will make full use of the today's session. So we'll keep it as a question answer basis. Whenever there is a question, you keep typing in the chat and I'll keep monitoring the chat and I'll take the questions and you can unmute yourself and talk also. So, but make sure that unwantedly you don't unmute. There should not be any noise and there should not be any disturbance. So if you have any friends who wants to join, you give them the YouTube streaming link and they can follow from there. Okay, so uh, let's get started. So give me a second. So hope all of you have seen our posters and you know the names of the achievers who um, who are presenting today. So before we go to the achievers kind, so we do send newsletters every week, and my team does a lot of hard work to collate all the useful information that is relevant for you, and we'll be sending on every Sunday. So so Gautam and Kirtana, do you have any points to speak about newsletter? Why we are doing, how it is useful? So do we have a chance to speak about that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
So can I present the screen?
please go ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sai Kirtana from Sandbox Technologies. First of all, thank you each and everyone for being here with us today. We are very pleased to be able to welcome those of you that have been with us for a very long time and those who are new to Sandbox Technologies. Today marks the release of Volume 4 of the newsletter that is published by Sandbox. But before that, who are very new to Sandbox Technologies, let me take you all to a trip wherein I would throw a light on Sandbox Technologies. So, Sandbox Technologies is an edtech startup that aims to bridge the skill gap between academics and industries. In order to do so, Sandbox has brought up as many opportunities with an increase in the scope of illuminated knowledge and wisdom. We would like to bring out many such programs with an unwavering support. Trust us, all of this, what we have done and what we will be going to do, would be just a dream without your immense support. Now, let's go on to the newsletter. The newsletter's way. So, the aim of newsletter roots to the reason of encompassing the most needed information to the job seekers besides for every other student. This way, we would like to share our knowledge to the remote places and help them to know more about the skill requirements and also make everyone aware the hot topics and the trending technologies in the present global village. We would like to bring to your attention that Sandbox newsletter is giving you all a great opportunity to publish your works and your projects to help other students who are coming along your way and also grade up your talents to the world. Sandbox also holds the hands of great achievers, recognizing their efforts to build their career and brings them through appreciation. Thank you for listening to me. And now I hand over to Mr. Gautam, who would be giving you more information about the publication of the newsletter.
Yeah, good afternoon, friends. I hope you are all safe at home. So, my name is Gautam and I am from Sandbox team. Kirtana, once can you show that lighthouse poster? Yeah, this one. So, this is our team who is continuously working to develop and improve our sandbox. Among these team, some members are working on the newsletter. Currently, we are publishing every week. So we even published Beacon newsletter 4, which would be hitting your inbox soon. So I will just take you through the volume 4 of our Beacon. Kitana, I'll share my screen now.
We just received the beacon for.
Oh, yes, sir. So am I sharing my screen now?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, so these are the high-level insights of our Beacon 4 newsletter, which consists of articles like impact of US elections and some words from our achievers who have secured job in top MNCs. And there is also fun zone and quiz time to develop your skills and enhance your knowledge on hybrid database and other technologies. So I will just go through them. So this is an article regarding cloud computing. So how does cloud computing work and what are the future scope of this technology? Everything you can understand. Actually, this is a glimpse of it. So we managed to articulate it only to a single page so that the information will be crisp enough. And this is regarding the fourth industry revolution currently going around the globe. And we've also included some motivational speeches or stories of inspiring persons such as Ratan Tata. You all can go through the whole newsletter. We have sent you the emails. And these are some jokes. And these are some apps and tools of high utility which will be useful for our development purpose. I think you all know about this signal currently, which is the trending topic. As the WhatsApp has changed its privacy concerns, most people are moving towards the signal, and also Elon Musk has quoted this. So we are including all the trending technologies and topics that are going around the globe. So if you can give a glance of our newsletter, you will understand everything. These are the testimonials from our Achievers of Lighthouse team. You can read it. I'll just put it on for a second. So you will be listening to these people now in a few minutes. Yeah, that's it. And I would also let you know that we are always open for suggestions or any other implementations. So I will share a feedback link in the chat box so that you can contribute from your side also, like any articles or any interesting things if you find out that should be included in our newsletter. You simply send us or leave us an email. We will verify it and we will definitely publish in our future newsletters also. Yes, sir, that's all from my side, sir.
Okay, thank you. That was indeed very short and sweet presentation by both Kirtana and Gautam. So, if I like to add to what we are doing as part of this newsletter initiative, so we want to take the knowledge from one place to across all places. For example, if Gautam has done some project and he thinks that this is useful for other students, so we are keeping it as part of the newsletter with all the code repository links, the Git link in the article, and we are publishing so that other students can download that project and they can learn from it and they can use it. So we have been doing it consistently every week, and this is the fourth volume we are publishing. So hope you will like it and you will find it useful. So when Pawan has given a project a week back, so Gautam has given one article about technology. So you will find it useful when you go through. It's indeed some time and effort has to be kept reading through the article because it's compiled in a vast manner. It's a team that compiles this. So individual pieces will put together and they will be publishing. So we are not currently bothered about the look and feel, but the content has to be reached to all the students. That's the main criteria. So we want more content from students. So whenever you have anything you find it useful, please share it. There will be a link coming in every newsletter email to share your contribution. So you can just log into that form, give the links and articles. So we'll take it and it will be useful for our students. So we have thousands of students who receive this newsletter every week, so they will find it useful. So even from the students who are from the remote colleges, remote places, so they will get a chance to get to know the advanced concepts, advanced knowledge. So it will help them. Okay. So any questions on the newsletter? Any student would like to speak how it is, how they are finding it? Any modifications, any improvements you would like to see? Student attending a meeting. So anyone would like to speak about it, please? Anyone in the audience, just feel free to unmute and speak. What is that you want to see? What is that we could improve? What is that you like about the newsletter initiative? Please feel free to unmute and speak. Anyone would like to? Okay. At the end of the session also you can unmute and speak. Let's get on to the main agenda. So we have 7 members getting selected from the Lighthouse team. So they're all interns. They joined Sandbox as interns so a couple of months back, and we've been working together, creating some programs, creating some tools, some initiatives. So it's happy to know that they worked hard and they got jobs in various MNCs across the globe. So we wanted to share so they wanted to share their inputs with all the rest of the students. So if I can take the list of the achievers of Lighthouse team, Vinmay, she got selected in Indigene. So she was there from the beginning of Sandbox initiatives. Then Ushasri, she got selected in CTS Infosys, and Celine, so she got selected in DXC Technologies. Lavanya got selected in Petronics. Meghana got selected in TCS Infosys and CTS. Tanuja got selected in Infosys, and Nagaraju Sirisetti got selected in DXC Technologies. So we'll keep it as a question and answer basis. So I'll take some questions, I'll ask some questions on students' behalf. The students can add more questions where Achille can speak, and we'll discuss as a progressive. Okay. So Usha, my first question would be to you. So what will be your preparation strategies? So how do you see, how do you choose companies, and what kind of questions companies usually ask, and how you answered? What have you experienced? If you can throw some light on your experiences over placements.
Sure, sir. Hello, all. Firstly, tell about myself first. I'm Ushasti from Guntur, and I'm currently pursuing final year undergraduation at VVIT in the field of computer science and engineering. And next, coming to my story, till now I have attended 5 interviews, like getting through all the rounds and met the final interview. Uh, from those, I have selected for Tech Systems, Infosys, and Cognizant for the role of system engineer, trainee engineer for both. Uh, Coming to the placement preparation, I focus more on projects because learning by doing is the main aspect for me. So I have learned Java, Python, C++ from my academic. Since I'm from technical background, we are having academic subjects of Java, Python, and C++ basic knowledge. I have just brushed upon those skills before going into the interview. I have taken HackerEarth and HackerRank platform for practicing all those problem statements and all. Coming to the aptitude questions, I have faced during the interview. The first and foremost question is tell about yourself. This is the first question in every interview I have faced it till now. I jot down few points from YouTube channels and some of from Jani sir too. In the first program that I have joined in Sandbox, I just tell about myself. I just want to key down some points for you also. I just tell about my name and where I'm from and who I am. These are the 3 points that I have jotted down in a sequential sentences, and then I got into the programming knowledge that I have, and then the experiences that I have through using those programming languages, like developing projects or any activities that I have done in the college using those programming like in technical way. In the non-technical way, if I am having any campus connect programs like Sandbox, Achievers Club, or some other than the academics, what I am doing, I just jot down in a simple language, and then they just focus on the what I said in that tell about myself statements, and then he or she asked about the detail about the. I got few questions. What I'm doing, I just jot down.
We can take the questions afterwards. You can continue presentation.
Okay, sir. He just concentrate on what I'm saying in the briefing session of my intro, and then he or she asked about regarding those internships or experiences or any other activities that I have done before. That's all. If I want to engage, if I wanted to engage you with some any platforms, I prefer Geek for Geek, SolarLearn challenges, HackerRank, and HackerNet contest mainly. In a week, I just go through twice in a week in these 4 platforms. And then coming to my resume preparation, I generally don't follow any other like structures or manner. I prefer my own perspective, and I took some references from Jani sir too, like mentioning dividing sections wise in a resume will be more efficient if a recruiter will look into your resume, he or she will get some enthusiasm to look into more, like during interview. I have divided into few sections, like in the main section I have mentioned my name, college name, and his phone number, email, and social media handles like LinkedIn and HackerRank, GitHub, and then the career objective section, in which I just change this career objective like depending on the companies that I have registering, and then the experiences that I have had, and then the internships, and then mentorships or workshops that I have attended. Later on, curricular activities. At the end, contact info and acknowledgement message that I have mentioned the above details are correct, and I'm very polite for this having this opportunity and all, like ending up on winding up of statements. Where can we get the company links for applying job role? I prefer by looking into for tech companies like Google, Amazon, these companies. I go through their company websites in once a week. Just got through some by filtering few career objectives like software engineer role, having fresher as experience, and the joining time will be like within 2 months or in summer or in winter time period. By filtering those aspects, I just apply big companies in their career web pages like career.google.com, career.amazon.com, jobs.amazon.com. These are the sites that I look into it frequently, like in once in a week. I got Infosys through Infitq hiring stage, and Cognizant through the campus placement, and Tech Systems through the national wise test. Like they have taken nearly 200 people in India through CHAMP 21 program. Infosys will be like in InfitiQ, they will be having InfitiQ and Hack with Infi, these two hiring standards. And Cognizant will be like in campus placement, they offer us few exams, like two exams and then the interview. Is there any other questions?
Any questions for Usha students? You can right away ask Usha questions if you have anything. Okay. Mitul has a question.
How did you face at the webcam exams?
Yeah.
During these COVID situations, I have attended most of the interviews through webcams, like in virtual only. I frequently I face it. One issue will be like internet issue. Like if we switch on the webcam and then the microphone, it will be like a fluctuating internet bandwidth sometimes. But I just gave some spare connectivity, like I use both mobile and Wi-Fi and some other devices to log in through my mobile or during my laptop. Sometimes interviewer will be like will be will like understand us if we can tell them prior to the interview that I'm having some internet issues with my mobile or with my laptop. He will change the slot of the interview, we can log in through phone. Otherwise, if we are not having any laptop or system at homes, and then sitting in front of the light, having a noise free room, these are the basic stuff we need before prior to the interview. Turning heads reading questions during aptitude. Okay, exams. Yeah, most of the exams will be like a proctor test. Turning head will be not an issue, but 30 seconds will be like, if we turn our head right or left at the maximum of 30 minutes, it will be taken it as a some suspected issue, or it will be jotted down their site if we move our heads continuously without looking into the system or questions.
Is it auto monitor or manually monitor for the head rotations?
Auto monitor, sir.
Okay. Okay, 30 seconds. Okay.
Is there any psychometric test in your case? In Cognizant, I have faced psychometric test of having 50 questions, which is to be answered in 60 minutes of duration. They just asked us about giving some scenario of me and my colleagues. If we are having facing a communication issue among us, how did you face that interview? They just gave the solution also. I need to rate the solution, like fully partially accepted, fully accepted, and not accepted. These kind of questions I have answered. Other than that, I didn't face any psychometry tests like gaming challenges and all. Psychometry test count includes a type of questions, and some will be like a gaming questions, like how many red balls are going, like counting those questions and memorizing some numbers. Uh, is off-campus placement.
So Pawan's question is the off-campus placement CTC high or the campus one?
It depends. Most of the time, off-campus placement will be like if because we are freshers right now. Like we used to get 3.3 to 4 during off-campus, but in the on-campus one, it depends on the company. The size they wanted to hire. If they wanted to hire more than 100 people, more than 500 in India, they just gave us like a 3 to 4, 3 to 5 in between the ranges. If they wanted to hire 200, nearly 200 in India, in all, like combining all colleges, they just use it to give like 6 to 7. It depends on the company size that they wanted to hire. It depends on the companies.
Usually what I hear is on campus they give high. So from students what I used to hear, and for off campus, because it's multiple college students will be competing, and you have higher supply than
Yeah,
demand.
sir. Also, the chances of getting hired will be also very low. Yeah.
It's a tough journey for the off campus, I know.
Yeah,
So,
if we are having any referrals kind of thing, we will definitely get into the interview round too. Without having referrals in on campus, definitely we don't like. We can, but the chances are very low.
okay. And Vaishnavi is asking in technical,
Infitq score.
no,
Uh,
in
Actually,
Vaishnavi,
we didn't get any Infitq score. We just got an email that we are selected or not.
okay. So there is a question from Vaishnavi. So in technical round, did they ask basic questions or they ask any complex questions?
In technical round of questions, they just ask us about like the time complexity of some basic algorithm. Data structures mainly they focused on. Other than that, they don't like question some complex thing. Like in few interviews, they just ask us to write a simple program of print reversing a number without using any extra arrays, extra variables and all. These kind of simple questions will be asked in.
Mm.
And then they ask about DBMS queries too, giving a scenario of some company employees and managers. They just wanted us to fill our own priorities of having a table. They just draw a uh, virtual scenario of how the company will be like. We just want to they just asked us to write a table and then ask us to print some queries regarding those tables. In my case, in Cognizant interview, I got a question on employees table and managers. He asked me to print employees details of all. There will be no priority of employees. He just wanted to print the employees details in a sequential order, and then he gave me another scenario of one manager will be like having 50 employees in their team, and the other manager will be having some other 50 members in their team, like the developmental team, supporting team and all. He just wanted to print 30th manager employees details. I used inner queries for this scenario and printed. Again, he asked me to write the same query program in a using Java programming language. In this case, he asked me to choose any of data structures to write a table. I used list. I at first I thought of writing Python will be more easy rather than Java, so I started with Python, taking list as a table for one column. I just write the program and He didn't want to me to compile that program. I just traced the program and gave him the output. That's all. Is there any other questions?
So I think the role they are hiring for you, I think it was a code developer role. I think that's why they gave some intense development with some tricky things. So if it is
Yeah,
a,
for Cognizant, they asked these questions.
yeah,
For
that's nice.
Infosys and Tech Systems, they just asked me to uh, like sample questions in a class structures, in data structures, like in a class object, uh, like what we can say, polymorphism definition, runtime polymorphism definition, any scenario of this example, runtime polymorphism, runtime real-time scenario. These
Okay.
kind of examples they wanted to briefly explain by myself. Other
So
than this, they didn't focus on much on complex things.
So when I was interviewing for my fresher interview exams that time, right? So it was not that much tough. It was quite easy. I think now the expectation is very high.
Sir, it depends on the intro that we gave, sir. If a person gave an intro of having no knowledge prior, if he is from any other mechanical department, he is not having any technical knowledge like internships or any experiences before. They just asked about like simple things like how do we define a string in Python language? How many types we can define a string in Python language? Uh,
Okay,
can you briefly explain any data structures that you worked before? These kind of questions they just ask. It depends on the intro that I gave.
very nice. And in the resume also you'll mention your internships, right? So based on that they'll ask.
Yeah, yeah, sir.
Very nice. So any further questions for Usha? Students? Any further questions coming for Usha? Okay. I'll come back to you, Usha.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So, Nagaraju, if I can ask questions like, how was the experience with the DXC technologies, and how was your preparation, and what was the interview questions like? Would like to some answer something.
Sir,
Yeah, Nagaraj.
sir, am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are perfectly audible. So go ahead. Please give us
Sir,
some introduction
I
about.
didn't get your point, sir. What type of questions I faced, sir? My question.
Yeah. So what I wanted to know from you is like, how was your experience, overall experience with getting placed with the DXC technologies, and what kind of interview experience we had? How was your preparation went?
Okay, sir. Okay, fine. Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, thanks to Sandbox Technologies for giving this opportunity to share my experience with you. And this is Nagaraju Sirsetti. I'm from Nidavolu, which is near Rajahmundry city. And I'm currently pursuing my BTech of final year of BTech in Srivasav Engineering College, Tadepalligudem. And I am non-IT background student. My BTech course is mechanical engineering. So few months back, I attended one on-campus drive which is conducted by DXC Technology. So it has two sections, two rounds mainly. First round is online computer-based test, and second round is virtual HR interview. In first round, they have they gave 6 sections, and in these 6 sections, one is aptitude, second one is logical reasoning, third one is verbal, fourth one is essay writing, fifth one is automata fix, sixth one is C programming MCQs. I'm coming to the first three, aptitude, reasoning, and verbal. These are three are main important, I think, main entry gates to every exam, every drive. These are not only in drives IT sector, for many government jobs also, these are the main important things, aptitude, reasoning, and verbal. So I mainly focused on that points, sections. After that, essay writing. Essay writing is also nowadays most of the companies prefer essay writing in their drives. So it is very easy, I think, because we are not going to give much and much explanation paragraphs. No, not like that. There are some syntax grammar mistakes. They all are cover five marks overall for grammar mistakes, syntax, full stop, punctuational marks, and dividing paragraphs like that. So we clear on that. Otherwise, most of the students are most of the students are run out from essay writing section only, and they put the cutoff out of 100, they put cutoff 50%. And automata fix, most of the CSC students know the automata fix, but for non-IT students automata fix is like coding questions. We should find the bugs in the coding part, like syntax errors, logical errors, and they missed some coding part. Who should write that coding part? So out of 7 I completed 4 successfully. And coming to C MCQs, I preferred uh, sandfoundry.com, geeks for geeks. I learned some C MCQs from those websites and platforms. And mainly coming to the, I successfully completed my first round. Coming to the virtual HR interview round, it is my first round. This is my first interview. That too, it is in online mode. So I have confident to attend, but that that interview was in afternoon section at 2 p.m. I attended my interview at my campus. So my technician provided all the arrangements, infra check all are done. I attended at 2 p.m. exactly. I opened it 2 p.m. not 2 p.m. 4 minutes late. Already interviewer came and waiting for me 4 minutes, but I didn't refresh the interview window. That my first mistake, because my another friend, he waited 30 minutes, 2:30 till 2:30 he waited. After my completion of my interview, I went to him and asked him for the his interview. He said my interview not started. So I refreshed his interview window. Already interviewer came and waiting for 15 minutes. He ended automatically the interview. So this is another issue. After he requested through TPO to the DSC technology, they rescheduled his interview. So first main mistake is infra check, and we should conscious about our interview and refresh the window like that. And second thing is,
That's a valid point you added. Thank you.
yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
And the second point is my mic. He wished me good afternoon, Nagaraju. I wished good afternoon, sir. But he unable to hear my voice because of my mic not working properly. So I rushed to technician room and asked another headset. Oh, okay, it's cool. And the third point is, after that he asked me to upload the resume. This is a very silly mistake, but I don't know how to upload a resume in that online platform till that date. So after that, he guided me with a few instructions. I uploaded that resume. Coming to the main point, for non-IT students, resume is the heart of their placements, because for 5 students are shortlisted from mechanical engineering to the second virtual HR round. So out of 5, 2 students are selected. For 5 students, they asked many questions from resume only, and I too faced so many questions. First of all, they asked introduce yourself. I introduced my name, my education background, and my interests, hobbies, like that, and my about my parents. And about my parents, like their motivation and inspiration towards my education, like that I mentioned. After that, second question is, he asked from the resume, tell me about your project. Here also I made a small mistake, because uh, till fourth year, first semester, I didn't do any project in my curriculum. But I mentioned my 10th class project prototype. I exhibited that prototype in a district level Inspire Awards program. So I mentioned that project prototype in my resume. He asked tell me about your project. I frankly say, sir, I didn't do any project till now, but I mentioned my project, my 10th class project there. Like that, I said. Then he asked, okay, tell me about your project prototype. I said my project prototype. He asked some questions from my project description, project, what type of sensors you. I did project name tsunami detecting system. So what type of sensors you are using? Name that sensors. Here also I structured because I mentioned the type of sensors like height measurement, like crust and trough height measurements. By taking that measurements, I detect the tsunami with measuring with the standards. So I am unable to name the names of the sensors. I frankly said, sir, I took the help from my principal. He did that point. Okay, fine. So frankness is also a very important point. Everything is important. And another point is, for most of the non-IT students, the major point is why you shifted to IT sector. All my non-core students or non-IT students face this question in every interview. So why you shifted to IT? My answer is, in my point of view, sir, so many, sir, from my first year onwards, I am seeing so many missions, and I am also dealing and working with so many design softwares and analysis software. In every software, there is a front end and back end coding and programming. So if I am going to build a new software in my curriculum or in my mechanical background, so then it's better if I know the programming. It's better because I do the both hardware and software part also. So that point I added, and I am also thinking from my first year onwards how I connect these missions with IT, like AI with artificial intelligence with missions, and like robotics. I mentioned like that. And my second reason to shift to IT is, in IT sector there are so many challenges in every project. So I like challenges. That's why these 2 points creates interest in me to join into the IT sector, to shift into the IT sector. After that, he asked from my resume what is 3D printing. I already mentioned AI, like AI in my previous question, why you shifted to IT. So he asked why you implement artificial intelligence to your missions and 3D printing. Did you apply any these techniques in your curriculum previously? He asked like that. I said, sir, I am not sure about the answer. Till now, I am not working that much, but I am thinking if I reduce the time of the process of 3D printing, I will get more production. So by using programming and coding and I reduce this time and implement the 3D printing. I said like that answer. In every question, I answered all his questions by relating with my core subjects. That point attracts him mostly. And coming to the main programming part, as a non-IT student, he asked some basic coding questions. What is the data structures, and what is the difference between data structures and advanced data structures? What are the types of data types in C and Python? And what is AI? And how you implement AI to your robotics? And what programs you did till now in your BTech? Name mention that program names. He asked like that. After that, like small questions, how you know about the DXC. So here we also know that we should know the main point is we should know the company profile. Otherwise, it's not good. We should know the company profile. And Some last basic question. Tell me about yourself other than resume. These are the main points, and main key points is at the last infra check. Infra check is a main important point because nowadays due to pandemic, every company drives are going in online. So infra check is must and should, like good bandwidth of internet, and proper infra check mic and speakers and laptop for checking all and everything. And we should know about that platform, interview platform, how it is going, how to upload resume, how to, and we should refresh the window before at the time of exact time of interview, like that. And communication is main important. Whether you tell right answer or wrong answer, you should communicate with the interviewer. Otherwise he noticed you are not fit to the job, like that, because we should interact with him. So here I mentioned one point. So mingle with sorry not mingle, so connect with new people and gather the information from new people and interact with so many people. Then prospecting, I mean prospecting. So if you are interacting with new people, then interviewer also new people, so you can easily interact with your interviewer and you can share your knowledge with him. That's it. He is not from other planet, he is also from like our student background. Okay. And the final frankness is important, like, and giving answers with some examples, not a single word answer. Give example. Every for every answer give some example, like that. So from my side it's answer.
Okay, thanks,
Thank
Navi.
you.
That was indeed very new points to add. So infra check, having some headphones not working, rushing, so not able to upload resume, so to the portal. So these are some points that we basically miss it to check. Is indeed we should do a dress rehearsal before attending the interview. That's kind of so good. Nice points. Any questions for Nagaraju? Students, go ahead and ask. Anyone would like to add any questions? So your journey from non-IT background to IT job, it was indeed fascinating, Nagaraju. Even I got inspired by hearing so many things. Good. So what project he was expecting? Is it a mechanical project or is IT project? He was asking. You said till 4-1 you didn't do any project.
uh, I am going to do both projects, both mechanical project and in IT project also.
Hmm.
That's why I joined in. I am still going to work on my projects,
Okay.
not only mechanical and in IT sector also.
So you advise like
So I
yeah.
interact with so many our sandbox interns also, and I am
Hmm.
asking their and I am gathering some information from them and asking about their projects, like
Okay.
information I am gathering. Yes, sir.
Okay. So good that we have an ecosystem where rest of the students are there who we can share knowledge from them, projects from them. It's very nice. And thanks, Nagaraj. So I'll get back to you. So I'll thank you. No questions are coming. So Lavanya, am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So could you please share some light on the Electronics journey? So how was your preparation? So how was your interview? So what is the best practices you advise students to follow?
The best part is that we got to reach the company, sir. That is, it is on campus. We have to go to company, and then it was a day long process, sir. And in the morning, we wrote exams regarding C programming, DBMS, and psychology tests. And in the evening, they interviewed according to like what we wrote on the C programming. They gave two programs, and we wrote those two programs in a paper. And they asked to explain the code and what is the logic of that program, sir. And in DBMS, they asked about queries, ER diagrams, and they asked questions like normalization 1NF to NF.
3NF, that like. And in psychology, they test that what will we do if in a situation, if we get in a situation where you have to, like, what will you do in a situation, how well you can manage those kind of questions. And they also conducted an internal medical test, that is checking height, weight, eyesight, color blindness, those all things. And it was fun going to the company and doing interviews, sir. And it started in the morning at 8:30, and it went till on 6
So
or
you had to walk into the company premises, not online.
is not online, sir. We have to go to the company, sir.
Good. Okay. It creates some fear walking inside the premises of a strange company. Right? It's a newer company.
Yes, sir. But they were friendly, sir.
That's nice.
And I attended a interview regarding TCS also, sir. They asked basic questions only, and it was virtual. So they asked basic questions regarding C, C++, and they were also friendly, sir. The main point is we have to talk smiling, like we should not show that we are so much tensed. We have to act normal in front of them, even though we are tensed, and even though we are feared of getting the result. It was a great experience, sir, going into the company for Ftronics and doing virtual interview for TCS, sir.
Okay. And on the soft skills part, how do you brush up your soft skills and any tips you want to share with students?
Actually, in the initial days, like initial Corona days in March, April, that time, TCS Ion released some free courses regarding soft skills, sir. I attended those soft skills courses, and it was helpful for me to answer questions, sir. And in a smooth way, I handled the sir with those courses.
Yeah. So how do you get to know about these courses that TCS Ion launched or some other companies share? So how students can get to know?
It is easy to know, sir, because when they release free courses, they obviously show it in news, sir. And my lecturer, my college ma'am, showed me those links, sir, and I've attended those, sir. It is easy, sir. Even now they are available, I think so, sir, in TCS Ion website.
Okay. Sure. If you have the links handy, you share with Gautam. So we'll publish in next newsletter. Students will get to know.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Anything you would like to add more?
Nothing, sir. That's all, sir.
Okay. Any questions for Lavanya? So we are reaching the end of the session. So there's a feedback form I have shared in the chat. Please go ahead and share your feedback on today's session. And there's a feedback form on the newsletter also. So if you want to contribute something, so you mention in the feedback form of newsletter that you want to contribute, and you just copy paste the links of your content. We will reach out to you. So any further questions for Lavanya, students? Okay. So I'll come back to you, Lavanya. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
So there was a general question from Vaishnavi. So how can we join Sandbox internships? What's the work? And we will work on the internship. Okay. So speaking about the internship of Sandbox, so we have a plan to give internship for students in a large scale. So it will be a micro internship wise. So if it is a full-time internship, we have to give, student has to give more number of hours. So if I give a task part of the work which I do in Sandbox, then I would expect a quick turnaround. So for students, it not be easy. You have academics to handle, you have your personal things to handle. So for full-time internships, it's not easy to handle. So part-time internships are quite possible. You can go back to your exams, you can go back to your college, and you can, whenever you get some time, you can work on the part-time internship. But still, there is a follow-up that you would have to deliver, and there is some stress will be created to balance between academics and part-time internship. But that's the right way. So full-time and part-time internship will create more hands-on, and when there is actual work driving, so you will have a follow-up, and you will come out of comfort zone, you will learn. um, so the micro internship is something like student will be given a task, kind of a case study or kind of a part of work we do, and you will have to find a time of your convenience. You will complete. You will get a acknowledgement from our team. So in that way, there is no pressure on the student, but you will still have hands-on interactions. So we are planning a micro internship program. Um, so we will be publishing about the internships openings. So you will get an email. So you would have to fill the form, you apply. We will be considering your profile. You will have to go through some basic interview. So we will not be much keen on the technical part, but we would be checking the attitude and your interest levels, and your prior work, and how engaged you will be when you are given opportunity. So these kind of factors of my team will look, and we will be having a team created. Will be onboarding you. So you will be given some work, and you will be having a lead to report. So the work will be distributed by the lead, and whenever you need any help, the team is there. So whatever the work happens in Sandbox, you will get to know all the task, activities, knowledge. So you will have a team to support you. You will have hands-on, hand-holding support. You will have mentors. So I'll also be working with you. Make sure that you are learning something with your association with Sandbox. You will get to know all these things. So you wait for an email from Sandbox, and we will be rebranding as Talent Reactor. So you'll get an email from Talent Reactor. So any questions before we wind up for today? Anything you would like to add? So Gautam, you had given some interviews, right? So why don't you add your interview experience also, that may help students? Okay. If Gautam is not able to answer, then Pawan, would you like to add anything about any interview experiences you've been hearing? So what is the best practices students should follow?
Hi, sir.
Hi,
After a
Pawan.
long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Recently, like a few weeks back, probably a month back, I've applied for an summer internship program at Expedia Group. So I actually applied for a software engineering role. I don't know what happened after that. I've got a mail from Expedia Group that we have seen your background and we were impressed by that, and we would like to call you for an assessment for a product manager intern role. So they have given me some deadline, and they have asked me to attend an higher view assessment. So it's not just for India; it's for Asia Pacific. So I was given a link, and I was given a deadline to complete it. But actually, due to this semester, I was actually having the exams. So somehow I thought of giving, like I don't even know what product manager does and what will be the responsibilities and all. So I just thought of like, let's check it out, what will happen. So I've given the interview. It will actually, the Highview is a kind of a hiring platform. So now many of these companies like JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, all these investment bankings and product management companies, what they are doing is like, instead of using this application tracking system for shortlisting the resumes, they are manually somehow doing this shortlisting of resumes. And instead of interviewing like some hundreds of people, they are going for this high view assessment tool. So Highview assessment tool is like made up of AI capabilities. So you will be given a question and you need to how you're expressing, like what your confidence levels and all. So it's completely AI based, and we cannot bypass it, or we cannot cheat it. So I thought of, okay, I'm gonna say something because the AI doesn't know that if it is right thing or not, if it is right or not. So I've given that, but while starting the interview, it was like I got a notice that this interview is not being monitored by an AI algorithm, but these all interview records will be sent to the interviewer itself, and the next steps will be taken by the interviewer. So I've thought, okay, now I need to be like strictly adhering to what I've done. So I took the interview, and as expected, like everything was something a kind of a they are asking for real life experiences. Like they gave me a case where I need to write an email. So they have given me that I was a part of a team. I need to do something with some data, and the data is with another person from a different. He's a different person, and due to some issues, we were having some quarrels or something like that. And I need to write an email so that he gives me data and he works along with me. Actually, his work hours are completed, but I need to convince him such that he works along with me. It's like I need to write an email, official
And
email.
they are given
Uh,
some situation for you to assume how you behave, then you have to write it.
yes, and until then, I haven't write a single official email. I don't even know like what needs to be. We have written official letters, but I have not. I don't know the syntax of an official email. So
Okay.
it was like everything is being monitored. Like whatever you do on the screen, whatever you are not doing on the screen, everything is being monitored. So
Okay.
it was actually a big flop because like they were all. I mean, they were asking a question something related to MBA and real life experiences,
Mm.
and since it is a managerial role and it is with a pretty good stipend, and like all the benefits are pretty good, and since it is also like not just for India and it's for Asia Pacific.
Okay.
So it's like and my interviewer is actually from Japan,
Okay.
so it's like quite complex, and it was a huge flop and I haven't got any mail since then.
Understand.
So
Unless
this
you
is
actually work with people, will not be able to understand the mindsets. So how will
yes,
you
yes.
convince someone who's completed their work hours? So you have to apologize for disturbing their uh, before connecting on a wrong time on the non-working hours. So we should start that way, and we have. So this
Those
will.
questions are actually like those questions are such a way that we
Yeah.
have done something like in our real life,
Correct.
like a big project or something. They have said that the Expedia group will hugely rely on the data and they take data driven decisions, and
Okay.
they were asking me a real life experience where you took a data driven decision.
Okay.
So that is something like I need to check everything in life and what I've do
So we
what I've
we
done.
we usually chat in WhatsApp about with our colleagues to whatever information we need. So it's not a formal language. So I think we should
Yes.
start the email language in Lighthouse team.
uh, and that is something. And I've applied for software engineering role and they have slided my application to product manager, and that is completely different from what I've expected.
Maybe
And
they would feel like your resume will more fit to that role. That's good.
yeah, and this high view assessment tool, like I've checked again, like why they are using this. Because like if we use any algorithms or any AI algorithms, there can be
Okay,
situation where biased will be, like the algorithms might be biased.
I
So how
understand.
they are trusting an algorithm for picking a candidate.
Okay, nice.
So but I've seen that like a whole bunch of companies are actually going with that particular assessment tool. So
Nice.
since it's due to the COVID pandemic, like we need to uh, get acquainted with such tools also.
Understand. So we'll write an article about this this
Sure,
week.
sure.
We have time. Thanks, Prabhat. So, Meghana, am I audible to you? Meghana got selected in TCS, Infosys, and CTS. Yeah, so if you can speak a little bit louder, please, Meghana.
Yes, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, now much better. So, Meghana, would you like to share your best practices, your experience with these interviews, your preparation strategies, student?
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Um, First of all, my name is Meghna Mudapati, and I joined as an intern in Sandbox Technologies. And first, we have to identify before attending a campus interview or some drive. First, we have to identify where we are weak, like aptitude. If we are weak at aptitude, verbal, English, etc., then we have to brush up our skills. And if we are weak at communication, then we have to improve our communication. And coming to my situation, I attended my first interview was with the Infosys, and the written test for Infosys is the level of questions of aptitude for written test in Infosys is medium to high level questions. So we have to prepare in that way. And Infosys is the company with IT company which doesn't ask any language based like C programming or some IT background questions. And in my I got selected in written, and my interview was gone around like 25 to 29 minutes. And my first question was about my self introduction. And I am from ECE background, and I I have not done any project still now, and I have to done in my 4 2. And if they ask about project, and if we are not done any project, they ask for our future project plans, and we have to prepare for that to tell about those project plans. And as already few as already my team added so many things for interview process. And uh, the at the beginning of interview, they ask like introduce about yourself. Other questions like tell me about something out of resume, and tell me about your family members. And the family members, it differs from interviewer to interviewer. And in Infosys interview, they asked about my favorite subject, and they asked some questions on my favorite subject. I opted analog communications, and some 5 to 6 minutes he spent asking questions on analog communications. And I have to add like at the end of interview they ask like you have any questions. And there we have to not ask like our rating about the interview. Those questions are not asked in any interview. We should ask like what is the interviewer experience, and what is their journey in the company. And mm, that's all the points are added by my team before itself. That's all
Okay.
from
So,
my side.
so
Any
when the interviewer asked you about analog communication subject, was he knowledgeable on the subject, or was he asking general questions to know your knowledge?
I think he is also from electronics background, sir. So he asked about. He also knows about those.
Okay, so in that cases it's difficult, right? When the interviewer knows what the
Yes.
core subject is, he'll he'll try to test his knowledge.
They
Sorry to
also
interrupt,
ask.
sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
Nagaraj.
Okay, okay. Yeah, actually, my friend also faced that problem, sir, because the interviewer asked the questions like
Okay,
casting, sir,
okay.
metal technology. So he asked
Uh,
the questions from Google, sir. He have two laptops. So
okay.
he searched the questions in another laptop and asked my friend. So that also done.
That's nice.
They also ask questions like they give you a situation, sir, trust issue with company, like you have done a mistake in project, and how do you convince your team to rectify that
Okay.
mistake?
They're
And
testing the mindset on the value
yes,
system.
sir.
Okay.
We have to stand on one point, sir. If we tell some point, and we have to stand, if he confuses also, we have to stand on that point only, sir.
I understand. So that's a tricky one, right? So unexpectedly, unwantedly, we piece something, so we have to cover it up with something else. So it'll mess up. So good. That's
CTS
nice.
interview, these all questions gone through, sir. It's almost 1 hour, sir, CTS interview.
Okay.
We also asked about some logical questions, like if we
Okay.
have balance, and some logical questions we have to prepare for that, sir.
If you have to compare between TCS, Infosys, and CTS interviews you faced,
Yes,
so
sir.
how do you differentiate?
Sir, yeah, common thing in all these interviews is they asked me a simple programming C language, sir, like
Okay.
swapping numbers and printing a pattern. As I am a non-IT background, they asked about some simple programs,
Okay.
and I think CTS and TCS is a half-an-hour interview, sir, but CTS is 1 hour interview. Infosys and TCS is half-an-hour interview, sir.
Okay.
Compared to all this, I think CTS is somewhat critical to me, sir.
Hmm. So TCS and Infosys, they'll have a bench, right? So when someone is not ready to take up a project, they can put them on bench and give some time to brush up and come back for interview. But CTS, it's more like a no bench system, and so they want immediate results. So they need more skilled people. That's what I hear. Yeah.
They also sent a mail that yeah, upgrade test also conducting for already got selected students, sir.
Upgrade course is being conducted.
Okay. They are
Okay.
discussing CTC if we pass that exam.
So which of these companies is giving higher CTC now?
CTS, sir. It's
CTC, yeah.
4.6 after probation period.
4.3.
4.6, sir.
4.6. Okay. So they are having high expectation on the skill aspect and they are giving higher package also.
Yes, sir.
That's nice. Okay. Any questions for Meghana? She has given interviews on all three big giants of IT, so you can ask questions. Any questions?
Hello, sir. In the meanwhile, I wanted to share one thing that I've gone through. In the interview of tech systems, I got a question of like non-technical question like, do you really wanted to become a manager? He asked me this question to test my future ideas or anything. I told like actually it's obvious everyone needs to career growth in their career before joining into the company. They are having some idea of hierarchy, how company works. In the real scenario, we are having a kind of stuff like having 2 years of experience. One should be like SD2 role. Having 3 years of experience, having a lead role. Having 8 to 11 years of experience, one should become a manager. Being a fresher, how tech system hired me as a manager, sir. It's not an thing to hire me as a manager. So I wanted to gain some knowledge by working in more projects. And then I decided after 5 years if I wanted to be a manager. I got through all those criteria. I met those, and I have experience in all those activities that gone through in tech systems. And then I decided to be a manager. Then he likewise he asked, sir, you are on mute, sir. And then he he asked me about my future ideas, like, are you willing to relocate or not? This is the main question. If we said no, They are like, why are you interested to join in any company? Being a fresher, your mindset will be like to move any of the like in a specified location to join in a company. This is the question that I gone through in many interviews. Like, are you willing to relocate for company purposes?
Okay, so you said no.
No, I said yes.
Okay.
My friend said no. Then he told these examples.
Okay, so we have to relocate because
Yeah.
so there will be a compulsion that you take it or leave it kind of situation will be put in front of us by there's a team who manages all the resources, right? So they will ask like take it or leave it. So good. So
Yeah.
Meghna, you also got the questions, same question, willing to relocate.
Yes, sir. All three interviews I gone through this question, sir.
Different countries, yes, only,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Also, the
Yes,
like
sir.
Yeah. Yes, Usha, you wanted to say
I
something?
also said yes about for that question, sir. As a fresher, if you do not relocate, they are not going to hire us, sir.
I think there is a checklist they have to fill. So
Ah, yes,
if
sir.
the person is not willing to relocate, then there is no
Yes, sir.
formality question. Okay.
sir, here is the main point is if we got that question like, are you willing to relocate? It will be like confirm that we are going to select in this company, because most of the people not got this question like, are you willing to relocate? This is the not uh, easy question to everyone should met. If we got that question from the interview, we can finally got selected. We should analyze that
Okay.
20 minutes interview and all.
So interview will ask this question only if he thinks that he is going to select.
Yeah, sir.
That's very nice. So students, I hope you are filling the feedback form of the session. So it will help us improve and come back with more creative and more useful programs. So Lavanya has shared all the links she was discussing, so you can take it from the chat box. So any questions before we wind up for today? Students, you can go ahead and ask. So all the achievers are here, they can answer to your questions. So if you have any questions, you can ask in the feedback form also. We'll try to get back to you over the email. If you want anyone to ask, you can go ahead and ask now.
Sir, Pawan asked something.
Pawan has a question. Okay. This morning I got a ping that TCS is planning to implement work from home for at least 96% of their workforce. Is that true? Did you or